all the way through, and it was the best cost saving we could possibly have had. But Stuart Craig, who's our production designer, is really an absolutely amazing talent, and Hogwarts is his conception.
The whole world is his conception.
Well, not this one.
No, exactly.
Now, Sir Michael Gambon, you joined the cast and became Dumbledore, taking over the role for Richard Harris. Was that a daunting task to assume the mantle? And
well, no, not really. I knew Richard, but I was upset when he died. I didn't know I was going to get the part, and I just went in and put an Irish accent on because Richard was from Ireland, and that's the way I did it. And the director, Alfonso, said, "What's that funny accent you've got?" I said, "It's Irish." So I said, "Can I carry on?" He said, "Yeah, go on." So, and my first action on the stage when I got on the set was to go up a flight of stairs to a picture on the wall. And so I ran up the stairs, and the costume department said, "You shouldn't be doing that, you shouldn't run up the stairs," because Richard wouldn't run up the stairs. But I ran, so I ran faster. And then, of course, I was accused of being gay, and the next moment after that, they sacked me. They made me die, so so I was gay and then killed.
That's your resume.
Yeah, that's my resume.
So if I could ask each of you, what is your favorite scene from the series? Either a scene that you participated in or your just favorite scene overall? We'll start with you, Sir Michael.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I always like the scenes where I'm on the dais in the Great Hall and doing a long speech, which I never quite knew, so they put it on big boards at the end of the hall. I could read it on board. But they're always quite long introductions to the movie at the beginning, and I quite like that feeling of power, standing there on a dais with 500 kids in front of you. Is really good.
It's really hard to think of individual scenes. I mean, I love this. I like the really human scenes for me more than the action. And I love the scene, for example, where Harry is flying the hippogriff over the lake. The sort of the release, that sense of freedom. I love the scene I love. Gosh, there's so many. I love the scene in the third film, which was actually born out of a lack of money again, which was, it's the scene where the kids are in the Gryffindor common room and they're eating the sweets and they're becoming animals. We didn't have the money to do visual effects, so Alfonso just had them acted out, and I just have memories in that. I love the scene with Harry and Hermione dancing in the 7-part one. Just sort of quieter, more intimate moments generally are the ones that I like best.
As David said, there are so many scenes to choose from. I think one of my enduring favourites is from the very first film, near the beginning in Privet Drive with Richard Griffiths and Dan being inundated by the owl post, the letters inviting Harry to go to Hogwarts, where Richard Griffiths said, "I love Sundays. Do you know why I love Sundays? Because there's no post." And then the room is engulfed by letters. So I think that remains one of my favourite scenes of all.
My wife, my ex-wife, was reminding me the other day of going to see the first Potter. There's a lovely scene where Hagrid's little egg hatches, and the wee Norbert comes out and subsequently sets fire to Hagrid's beard. It was just one of those really nice days. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, my wife, my ex-wife, she goes to the movies with our daughter, who must have been about 3 at the time. She's sitting on her mum's knee and she's going, "Oh, look, Mummy, Daddy's beard's gone on fire." Whereupon 2 people turned around with a very cynical Glaswegian face as if to say, "That bad woman, she's convinced that child that Hagrid's her father. So the father's obviously buggered off somewhere." I said, that's your dad. And these women were going, "How could you?" So that's what I'll always remember.
Brilliant. I mean, favourite scene? Anything with me in, really. I'd have to say. I've got to say that. But there's so many amazing scenes. A particular favourite would be from Deathly Hallows Part 1, the Tale of the Three Brothers. The animation was just terrific. I mean, just so unique and so kind of... it just took you in. I mean, it was just amazing, that sequence. Shooting-wise, I particularly enjoyed filming the scene from number 4 during the Yule Ball, where I was able to introduce the band there. We were headed by Jarvis Cocker. It was the most tremendous few days filming we had there. There were huge speakers under the stage, and literally the Great Hall was kind of vibrating with the sound, and it was terrific. And I got to stage dive as well, which was... And I only suggested that as a joke to Michael Newell. I said, wouldn't it be funny if I'd stage dived, you know, during this? And he went, oh, yeah, and we had a laugh. And then Monday he came back, he said, you know what you said on Friday? We're going to do that. I said, are you mad? And so there it was. But it's tricky. Have anyone here ever done any stage diving? I don't recommend it. I was grabbed in places that I didn't even know I had places. It was most unpleasant, most unpleasant.
Mine's a kind of a cheat, because mine, I can't really talk all about it because you haven't actually seen it yet. But the culmination of Harry looking at Voldemort and all of us being present in that scene that we did with all those extras. They were really there. The place was on fire. It was extraordinary, the silence and the concentration at 10 o'clock on a cold, frosty morning with that grey-blue light that we only have in rainy, rainy London town. And realizing that for one of those people, he had waited literally all his life to say those lines and to finally stand up and to prove in his character that this character is a man fighting for what he believed was good, was an extraordinary thing to witness. And we filmed it in real time. It really happened, and it was a privilege to be there. It's electric.
I think I'd have to say what I like mainly is when Harry Potter becomes funny, when it allows itself to be a comedy film against all the darkness. And therefore, anything with Julie Walters and Mark Williams always cracks me over. And in fact, filming with those two and just spending time on the sets with them has just always been incredible. But therefore, I think the funniest scene, is in the Prisoner of Azkaban, the opening sequence of Prisoner of Azkaban, where the wicked ant is inflated. And just the way that was done, and the acting involved, and just the final shot of Harry's stepfather trying to grab her and hanging onto her leg is something I can watch over and over again. And then, you know, and personally for me, I guess turning into a werewolf, because you don't expect in your career to get to do that. And it's just something I can put down on my obituary now that I got to turn into a werewolf. And it was very enjoyable. It was very uncomfortable, but very enjoyable.
I also loved the animation. That was amazing how that just came in. I wasn't expecting that at all. So I loved that. I loved the sorting hat in the first one, because I came into Harry Potter quite late and I hadn't seen any of the films, and when I started working, I watched all of them. And that image of the hat and what each house means, I loved. For me to do... Oh, I also like the bit when you're in it, when you've got that cupboard that things can come out of and they're your worst fear.
Boggarts.
Yeah, that's it. That is a contraption I loved.
I said boggarts.
Boggarts. And me personally to do, I loved doing all the broomstick flying, because you're in like this massive green room, really high up on this movable thing, and there's like these two kind of sexy, strong guys blowing wind at you. So it's like you're on a Harley or something, and they're pretending Harry Potter's a tennis ball. Brilliant.
I've probably got two. One's from very long way back on the second film, when I spent months and months lying in a puddle of water in the Chamber of Secrets. Although it doesn't sound that glamorous, it was probably really the turning point for my character in terms of its involvement with kind of Lord Voldemort and things. And then another scene you have yet to see is the final scene of this whole everything to do with Harry Potter, is the moment in which we kind of jump forward in time. It was just such a bizarre feeling, because it was a complete cycle of a generation, because the young girl who was playing Lily Potter was 10, and it was her first ever experience on a film set, and I was her age when I started, and in exactly the same set on platform 9 3/4, so it was a very bizarre and surreal experience.
Again, there's two for me. The first one was in HP3 when Fred and George give Harry the Marauder's map, mainly because my granddad read the book before and he was saying that'll be a cool scene. And he became quite ill before we got to film it, but that always stuck in my mind, like, to do that. And the other one would be in the Goblet of Fire when we have a bit of a fight with each other, which is quite good. Although I actually kind of hurt Mike Newell in that whole sequence. I think he hurt his rib or something when we were filming it.
He broke his rib.
Something like that. But that was...
You broke the director's rib.
Yeah.
You broke the director's rib.
Actually broke it. See, basically we were having a fight and Mike said, right, who wants to fight?
That's why they have insurance.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But he said, who wants to fight me? And like a fool, I went, no, I will. And Mike's quite a big guy and he just jumped on top of me. So I just went like that and he rolled on something what one of the crew had left there or something. And yeah,
so
that
you
was...
told everyone it was James, right?
Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely. Right here.
Mine would be the Weasley's joke shop in the sixth movie. To film it was awesome because the set was really bright and just going back, like, the detail that went into all the props was fantastic. I really just wanted to show everyone everything that was there because it was like 3 stories high, huge. There was like a big caricature of either Oliver or myself outside, like about 3 stories high with taking the hat off. And we had tailored suits for it, and we really did go to town on that one. It was awesome, so I'd say that one.
My favourite is actually in this one, part 7, part 1. I love the thing I think is best about the Harry Potter films is the way they create sort of the background atmosphere, the things that aren't even scripted, but they show you how the wizards, like, that they're normal people and they have conversations and stuff. And I think where that's best conveyed is at the wedding scene, where you see, like, Harry, he has his quest and he's trying to find out all these things about Dumbledore's past. But then you see in the background all these wizards dancing, and I don't know, I've never been to a wizard wedding, but it was pretty cool, and it was just, the Weasleys dancing and the Lovegoods dancing, and that's how they are, and it felt so natural, and yeah, that's my favorite, yeah.
I'd have to say maybe playing Quidditch. In order to make it look natural, they got a bunch of balls and just threw them at me, and I had to bat them away with my hands as they came. And I managed to, I think, smash a light, then hit one down a fan, and then also one... there is a man called Laurent, who is a beautifully camp French costume designer, who was walking the other direction, and I batted a ball and it smacked him in the back of the head, which to this day I still laugh at, which was pretty fun.